So I realised that Polygon is a token that I've been holding for since around about 2021, I think it was, and it's one that I haven't actually spoken about, and I'm not very sure why. So today we're going to be looking into Polygon and the roadmap for Polygon 2.0. So let's go right back to the very start of Polygon. So Polygon was an answer to some of the major challenges that faced Ethereum, such as the high fees, poor user experience, and low transaction throughput. So they aim to create Ethereum's Internet of Blockchains, and that is the multi-chain ecosystem of Ethereum-compatible blockchains. So it looked to achieve this by providing a simple-to-use framework that allows developers to launch their own custom Ethereum-compatible blockchain in a single click. So it was formerly known as the Matic Network, which was launched in 2017, and very similar to Ethereum, it used a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism for processing transactions on-chain, and it currently uses Matic as its native token. In March of 2023, they also launched another Layer 2 chain, and this was Polygon ZK EVM, which is an Ethereum ZK rollup. And then in June, we had the announcement of Polygon 2.0. So this detailed the next phase in Polygon's evolution, and the 2.0 vision seeks to unify all of Polygon's protocols with ZK technology in an infinitely scalable environment through a series of proposals. And soon after this announcement, the Polygon team began a discussion around upgrading the Polygon proof-of-stake chain to a ZK EVM Validium. Now, a Validium is another type of scaling solution for Ethereum, and that is different from Polygon ZK EVM chain. So this is a ZK rollup which will continue to coexist as a public network in the Polygon 2.0 ecosystem. Now, I did have a look into what the difference was between a rollup and a Validium, and pretty much ZK-powered Validiums submit validity ZK proofs to the L1s, and they do not publish the transaction data on-chain like the ZK rollups do. So instead, the data is made available off-chain, and this gives Validium the advantage of being at lower cost with a higher scalability, since its throughput is not limited by the amount of transaction data that Ethereum can store. Now, the upgrade of the Polygon POS to a ZK EVM Validium is not only to enable it to inherit higher security and scalability, but it also fits the original chain. So this has gained significant adoption over the last few years into the larger ZK-powered Polygon ecosystem of the future. Now, we have the Polygon POS chain, which is Polygon Chain Development Kit, or CDK, and this will be upgraded to a ZK EVM Validium and Polygon ZK EVM chain. So if you're wondering, where does the network of ZK-powered L2 chains come into the picture? So this is where the Polygon CDK comes into play, and this was introduced by the Polygon team in August of last year. So the Polygon CDK is an open source modular code base that anybody can use to launch their own customizable ZK-powered L2 on Ethereum. So the implementation and adoption of the Polygon CDK will transform Polygon into a supernet of ZK network, and it works as an interoperable system and exchanging valuable resources via shared bridge. So there's also an upcoming chain called Polygon Maiden, and this is a ZK rollup running on the Maiden virtual machine, which will prioritize ZK friendliness over EVM compatibility. And this is where developers can write and deploy dApps. So in order for all of these different working parts to come together and to function, there needs to be a number of technical upgrades to the existing system. So this ranges from the protocol design to the tokenomics right up to the governance of it. So the Polygon 2.0 architecture consists of 4 protocol layers. Each of these enable an important process within the network. So we have the staking layer, the interop layer, the execution layer, and the proving layer. So the staking layer is a POS-based protocol which leverages Polygon's native token to provide out-of-the-box decentralization to the participating Polygon chains, and it achieves this via a common highly decentralized validator. It achieves that via a common highly decentralized validator pool and an inbuilt restaking model. So this allows Polygon's chains to focus on their use cases and communities rather than the infrastructure. So to validators, it offers rewards in Polygon tokens as well as an opportunity for additional revenue streams. So this could be through collecting transaction fees or rewards from the chains that they validate. Now, the interop layer facilitates cross-chain messaging within the ecosystem. It abstracts the complexity of the cross-chain transactions and makes the whole Polygon network feel like a single chain, by enabling shared access to native Ethereum assets and seamless composability. So it is based on the LXLY protocol, and this is used by the Polygon ZK EVM. and its concept of message queues coupled with corresponding ZK proofs to ensure secure message passing. And on top of this foundation, we introduced the concept of aggregator, which makes cross-chain messaging seamless. So the execution layer enables any Polygon chain to sequence transactions from the mempool and produce blocks similar to how transactions are processed in networks like Ethereum and Bitcoin. And lastly, there is the proven layer. So this is a flexible, high-performing ZK proving protocol, and it's in charge of efficiently generating all the aggregating proofs for all the executed transactions across all Polygon chains. Now, aside from protocol architecture upgrades, there's also brand new tokenomics to be implemented, which is where the new POL token comes into play. So POL token contracts went live on the Ethereum mainnet on the 25th of October in 2023, and this was a huge milestone for Polygon. Now, you may be wondering what it means for the current Matic token. So POL is sent to power the Polygon 2.0 ecosystem and eventually taking over Matic's role as the native token of Polygon to be used for governance, gas, staking and the other utilities as the ecosystem continues to develop. And similarly to productive tokens, it enables its holders to become validators and receive rewards, but with two game-changing improvements. So validators can validate multiple chains, and every chain can offer multiple roles and rewards for the validators. So according to the white paper, the initial POL supply of 10 billion tokens is for the migration of Matic to POL, and this will be done at a ratio of 1-to-1 swap in order to ensure the success of the POL token as the new native token. And after the initial supply, POL will be released at a predefined rate of 2% for the year for 10 years, after which it can be decreased through the governance if desired. Out of the 2%, 1% of this goes towards incentivizing and retaining the validators, and the other 1% is going towards supporting the development of the ecosystem. And the Polygon team believes that after 10 years, transaction fees and other incentives will be enough to generate a return for the validators. And finally, the last component of Polygon 2.0 is the rejigged governance framework. So this will be separated into three main pillars with different governance models. So first up, we have the protocol governance, which facilitates the decentralized maintenance and development of Polygon tech stack. The PIP framework, which is currently live and operational on POS, is proposed to expand to eventually cover the entire Polygon stack. Then we have this system smart contracts governance, and this facilitates upgrades of protocol components that are implemented as smart contracts. An evolution to an ecosystem council model is proposed, which is enabling efficient, secure and decentralized governance by use of community check. And finally, we have the community treasury governance. So this facilitates ecosystem and public goods funding, supporting the development and growth of the ecosystem. So an initial model is proposed with the intention to fully introduce explicit community decision making over the treasury. Now, it is important to remember that not all of this is concrete, and there is a possibility of changes to be made based on ongoing discussions with validators, users, developers and other ecosystem participants. Now, I do think that Polygon may be one of the quietest and the most under radar projects that there is in the top 15, but I think with all of these upgrades that they've been implementing over the last year, it shows that they're definitely not one that we want to be forgetting about. So although it's probably one of the least hyped projects there is, I think that these upgrades and their dedication to ensuring that their community has more of a say over the project as a whole could be the reason why this could have a really great bull market. Let me know what you think about the Polygon 2.0 in the comments below, and I will see you the next time. Bye!